Hi guys, my name's Rhiannon and I'm one of the bush care officers at City of Parramatta Council. Spring's beautiful weather is the perfect time to be in the garden. So today we're at a local garden that is part of the Habitat Stepping Stones initiative. A Habitat Stepping Stone is a wildlife-friendly backyard or balcony garden that acts as a stepping stone between urban patches of bushlands. The three features of any good habitat garden is shelter, water and food. Today Sally will be showing us some of the features of her habitat garden. Let's go meet her.
Oh, hey guys, nice to see you.
Hi Sally. Thanks for showing us around your garden today.
No worries.
So first of all, tell us why you decided to create a habitat garden.
Well, originally the front garden had a Wistringer hedge and a couch lawn.
Yep.
And with the drought, it was just looking so terrible. It kind of motivated me to change and take the lawn off completely and to then sort of make a habitat wildlife garden for the birds. All of these plants were tube stock when they were put in. There was no advanced stock put in.
Yep.
And they've just, since we've had all the beautiful rain now this period of time, everything's just gone crazy. So it's still a work in progress.
Yep.
Even though there's lots of things in here, there's still areas of blank where I'm still deciding what to put in.
So obviously one of the most important features of any habitat is a water source. What have you done here, Sally?
Well, it was funny how this came about because I actually wasn't thinking of putting a water feature in, but my sister was getting rid of her original bath, which is this. And she had it at home, and a friend of mine suggested when he came to visit my garden, why don't you reuse that bath your sister's getting rid of? And I thought, wow, okay. So this is the end result. So having this water feature here, I decided to go and buy some white cloud native fish, and they actually eat the mosquito larvae. It also helps having the little fountain on a few hours of the day. This is doing really well, and again, just buying tube stock and letting things grow into different kinds of shade elements over the pond as well.
Create some protection.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So no, the frogs do really well here. They breed here all summer, so yeah, it's really lovely to have. And I like listening to the sound of the water in the kitchen. I have my breakfast up there, and just the sound of water is just relaxing and gives you a real good start to the day. So yeah.
Okay, so you have a couple of water sources in your garden.
Yeah.
Tell us about this one and how that's different.
So this one is a laundry tub I bought from a resale yard. When I put it in, I was quite happy with it, but nothing was really happening. I did find lizards were getting in there, which was a bit of a problem. So I've actually put water in to keep the lizards out. And then the frogs started coming in and spawning in there anyway. But because the sides are so incised, I needed to put a fence paling in there for them to be able to hop out once they'd fully grown. Mm-hmm. It's a bit hot, this one, so in summertime I do have to put shade cloth over the top of it to keep it cool enough for the frogs so they don't fry.
And what's the growth on the top of the pond?
That's a zola, so it's a native pond cover. It's really good because it actually gives them protection from predation by birds. And in wintertime it sinks to the bottom of the pond, so the water is then clear. And in summertime, spring, it starts greening up again, which it's doing now. And we've already had the frogs visit over the last couple of nights, and there's frogs spawn in there.
Yeah, I can see that would be really good protective cover for all the tadpoles as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Okay, so the last water feature you have is just in here.
Yep.
So tell us about that one.
So this one's a different one again. This is a fiberglass pond, like something that you'd buy from a hardware store. My brother was throwing it out, so again I took that off his hands and reused it. It's a nice shady pond,
Yeah.
and it actually in wintertime, the ornamental peach loses all of its leaves, obviously, and blossoms beautiful pink flowers. But that opens up the air to the pond. Again, frogs call here all the time. In fact, my neighbours commented he thought someone was playing tennis and he wondered why we were playing tennis all night until I told him it was the brown striped marsh frog.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite funny. But I did have a water dragon here for 3 years, which
very cool.
I have no idea where it came from because a fair way from the creek. But for 3 years it gave me such joy. She used to pop up in the Dianella here, eating the fruits, and she'd just pop out the top. She used to swim in this pond and she used to come out with the azola, like wearing a green cape, and she used to sunbake here in the entertainment area.
So we've spoken about the water sources, and you've got quite a few of those, which is great. So tell us what food sources you have. You've mentioned the Dianella berries that the water dragon enjoyed. What else do you have in your garden?
So I have 5 lily pillies, some down the back here and a lot round the side. Well, a lot of the possums come at night to have the fruits, and the currawong was eating some round the side the other day, just down the gullet in one go.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the possum generally likes to make a feast on them.
So you've got a lot of flowers out at the moment.
Yeah.
What plant is this?
So this is the snow in summer, Melaleuca species.
Yep. You've got a few of these in your garden.
Yeah, I've got 4 Melaleucas here,
Yeah.
along with the lily pillies, and yeah, I get lots of birds. Like I have king parrots come into the garden. I get eastern rosellas, obviously get noisy miners, that goes without saying, and cockatoos as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the currawongs, and so there's a mix of birds that come and go. Kookaburras are always here over summer, and during winter the butcherbird is here all the time.
So what plant is this one here?
So this is Trema aspera, a native peach. I actually just took these out of the front garden. Once I took the lawn off, I had a native peach up there that died. And once the lawn was gone, all the seed germinated. So I had about 1,000 of them come up. I gave some to local nursery, but these I've just put down from the front, and I really love them. And the eastern rosella, favourite food, they absolutely adore it. They're here all the time.
So what do they eat? Do they eat
the
berries or
they're little
seeds?
blackberries that come on after the flower. So yeah, the little blackberries they love. So I've got a mature one over there that's probably towards the end of its life now. So I thought, well, put some more along the fence here, and I won't let them get really super tall, but tall enough for the parrots to actually come and forage.
Yeah. The third important feature of any habitat garden is shelter. And I know you've mentioned the trees and how they provide shelter to a lot of birds and the flying foxes. But what shelter do you have for the smaller wildlife in your garden?
So I have this bee hotel,
Yep.
which has been there for a couple of years. And you can see close up that there's been solitary wasps or bees that have gone in there and have actually sealed a few of the holes up. Of course, I haven't seen it in action to say which species have actually been using it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a great thing to have. So I can see this little water dish here. What's that for, Sally?
So I have millions of garden skinks. They actually, strangely enough, breed inside my mulch bags over winter.
Nice and warm.
Yeah, and I've actually found some eggs one time, so I just closed the bag back up and left it and let them breed. So I've got thousands of them that come out all the time. So I put this little drinking bowl under here near the hose so I can remember to fill it up. And this plectranthus is growing here. This native mint has a very minty, strong smell, but it gives good cover for the lizards to get there to be able to get their drink. So
And be protected.
Sure.
Thank you, Sally, for giving us this tour of your gorgeous garden.
No
It's great to
problems.
see all the different features that you have that help create this habitat stepping stone. These habitat stepping stones are so important for wildlife moving through our urban bushland patches. So we've seen shelter today, we've seen food and water sources. Do you have any final words of wisdom for us?
Yeah, I'd say not everything works. Drainage is very important for native species particularly, and I was blessed to have a garden that actually just slopes this way where the water just runs off, which is why I've had so much success in the garden. Not everything survived, but that's okay. You just try something else until it works. But I really loved the process of doing it, and I've still got plenty of gaps in the garden that I can still go and purchase some more plants, which I will be doing soon, just to get some different looks in there. And yeah, it's really been a labour of love for me.
If you would like to get involved in the Habitat Stepping Stones initiative, you can learn more and find tips to create your own garden at habitatsteppingstones.org.au.